Welcome back to AI Today. I'm your host, Dr. Alan Badeau, and wearing your sunglasses inside isn't cool. I know that, but what are you going to do? Our last segments moving forward are really going to be a fun discussion around different technologies, different things that are impacting our daily lives, and different ways that we can really show what that technology convergence really looks like. From things that I did in the military, supporting missile defense and some other things, to really the next generation Wi-Fi's, to even our the things that we're wearing on our face, these brand new meta glasses that I got. I love them, by the way. We're really embedding AI everywhere. I realized a few years ago that once a technology hits certain market segments, that it's going to stay. And a perfect example of that is cookware, or even refrigerators. I went to a conference giving a presentation on AI and some algorithms that I had developed and patented and stuff. And I saw a demo of AI being used in a rice cooker. I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. But then I realized, after I sat through it, that I love Kyoto, been there a couple times. I didn't realize there were 47 different types of rice. That was a lesson learned. The AI would just pick which one the homeowner wanted. It would wash it the right way, it would clean it, and it would cook it, and it would be perfect. 47 different types, and it would automatically do that. Now we've got it in our refrigerators, we've got it in our glasses, we've got it everywhere that you can think of. And it's getting smaller, it's getting more efficient, and it's getting better. And one of the ways that you can think about, using some, these glasses, there are so many different applications, really. It's not just glasses, and playing music and participating in things like this. And, it's, imagine that, you are, looking at a new house, and you want to try to figure out, how close a certain amenity may be. You tap it, you ask Meta a question, it'll, oh, yep, sorry. It'll give you an answer, and it'll give you some background around that. And if you want more information, then that's fantastic. If you're playing golf with these things and you're on a par five and you're in the bunker and you need to know how far away you are from the pin, it will help you with that. Things that you just don't normally, think about, take it for granted. Oh, I've got my rangefinder over there. No, you don't need it anymore. Now you've got your glasses. That's powerful. And I'm going to get a pair that aren't the shaded ones, so I can wear them inside, because I want to tape things. I want to look at things. I want to get some additional information. I want to deep dive into it. And again, though, now you're pairing it up with your phone, and it can do a whole bunch of other things with that. That's where technology convergence is really starting to drive. It's powerful, because AI plus something is enhancing your capability to do it, whatever that is. I'm going to take these off, though, right now, because, ooh, that's bright. But the challenge is getting it right. By getting it right, what do I really mean? I mean, okay, the user's happy, it's giving you the right information, it's dictating or telling you what things that you should be prepared to see. For example, if I was in a city a couple of weeks ago, I was using them, missed my turn because traffic was rotten, like normal. I don't like that drive over to DC, but traffic was normal. And I asked it, how do I get back there? Of course, it gave me the same answer that Waze did, but that's great. That's exactly what I want. Now I want everything so it's working together, seamlessly. And it's only going to get more impactful in our daily lives as technology gets smaller. You used to have large GPUs to run some of these models, just fundamental, right? If you didn't have a big GPU, then you had a problem. It just didn't have enough compute capacity to be able to handle that. Well, now we're miniaturizing just about everything. I don't know if folks saw the CES show, but NVIDIA's next gen GPU device is fantastic. It's so small. It's like the size of a network card. You're going from something that's this big to something that's this big, and it's this tall. I mean, those kind of revolutionary, capabilities are what allows us to propel things forward, but it really allows us to make breakthroughs that we haven't even thought about. Think about how in 2025 we're going to start using, and there's a lot of hospitals that are doing this, they're going to start using AI to look at x-rays, to accelerate, the amount of time it takes to get a result back. 5 years ago, that was really in its infancy. Now it's starting to take over. Think about how we're using technology to evaluate different systems, to look at different energy systems, to look at different types of ways that humans can interact with each other. That is huge. It's fantastic. And I remember even 10 years ago when I was designing the wave break bucket with Rubbermaid and stuff. It really comes down to that pairing. How do I make things better? How do I make things better for humans? How do I make things better so that I can prevent certain things from taking place? And that's that used to be something that you'd have a whole team of humans that had to focus on. Now we can even have AI do a lot of that stuff. And so what that means is and it's really around trying to maintain some positivity. Yes, it's been a difficult end of the year, early year with job losses that we're starting to see. But if folks continue to have a creative mindset, if they continue to look at things in ways that AI can't look at things, then they can use AI to really start to develop what those next generation products are going to look like, what those next generation pieces of software are going to look like. And then at the end of the day, we're going to have more small businesses. We're going to have a greater offering of different products, of different services, of different capabilities, of different ways that we are interacting with AI at the end of 2025 than we ever thought was going to be possible. And that's what I want folks to think about as they are moving along in throughout the year. You've got to think beyond the AI model. All right. Don't get in that business. There are players in there. It's too expensive. You want to think about taking some of those bigger models, making them more focused, making them more optimized, ways that are you can compute on on a chip or on something that will really allow some interaction to take place with a human. But think about the human design aspect. Think about how you can make your product better with AI. How can you make a human's life better with AI? Doesn't matter what the AI is, but that it's AI. Doesn't have to be a specific large language model, for example. You want to think beyond that. Design your systems so that they are more flexible, so that they can do more. And so it doesn't matter if a new AI model comes up because you have already designed your system, your interaction with your humans, your interactions with your employees so that it is plug and play. You don't care. All you care about is the interface that allows that user to really accelerate whatever they're trying to do. That's the best advice that I can give you. That you're going to see some products that I've developed that we're ready to launch. That's my main focus. I really don't care what the model is. There's a new model that's coming out every other week, for goodness sakes. And if I tried to build around that model, then I'd be in deep trouble. All I would do is continuously loop around what the new model is, and that's not healthy. You're not going to be successful doing something like that. You want to take whatever's out there, whatever the greatest, the best is, and you want to allow it to get into your system as quickly as you can. You don't care about who it's from, where it comes from. All you want to do is plug in that API and run. That is what's going to make you successful. So in 2025, I think it's going to be very exciting. I think if you take a step back, we all take a deep breath, we think positively, whether it's content generation, whether it's the ethical piece around that, whether it's new technologies that are coming, that are really going to bear and support our lives. I think it's going to be a great year. I think from a business perspective, we're going to see a change in dynamics that are going to say, we heard Jen say it earlier that, you've got to be more focused. The days of just getting free money and writing $100 million checks are over. You've got to show progress. You've got to show focus. You've got to show skin in the game. You've got to show investment. You've got to show some sort of path to success so that these private, entities can get their money back with some sort of profit. And, those four things, you're going to hear a lot of other folks talking about different things that are influencing it. All of them are relevant, but from a business perspective, these are the things that I think are going to really help you accelerate your growth, be smart in what you're doing, not taking too much of, trying to boil the ocean. You will not be successful boiling the ocean in 2025. You've got to focus. You've got to continue to drive, to ask the right questions. And if you have a business idea, now is going to be the time to jump into that, because opportunities don't come along where your technology has really aligned that allows you to take your idea and run with it. AI is one technology that allows that. If you use it the right way, if you use it ethically, if you're not an idiot when you're trying to do comments and stuff like that, then you will be successful. If you don't do that, then I'll see you next year. And I won't see you in your current business because you're going to be doing something else. So be smart, stick with it. And, remember, send me questions, send me, any comments you want me to touch on. If you guys want to make fun of me, I'm fine with that. Divert your attention over to me. I love it, because we can have some conversations around that. But don't be knuckleheads anymore. All right. It's time for us to come together. That's really my parting message for the year. Come together, be smart, use AI the right way. And let's try to make it a little bit happier place, for goodness sakes, because we don't know how much time we have. And, having a little bit of happiness and spreading that is a good thing, really. All right. So thank you. I love you guys. Love the show. You're really helping, me get the message out, and I really appreciate that. And, next week we're going to have another great show. We're going to talk a little bit deeper about some of these regulations and some things to pay attention to, as well as some of the energy concepts that are out there and the opportunities to grow your business, even if it's not in AI. So thank you. And I will see you next week.
This has been a Now Media Networks feature presentation. All rights reserved.